look what came in the mail. So guys, today I'm going to do an unboxing of this new imagawa焼き maker, and it's also called wheel cakes, I think, and I have wanted one of these guys for the longest time, like ever since I came back from Taiwan, which was probably 6 years ago, and I was always checking online. I was like checking eBay, and every so often somebody would have one, but just like the shipping alone would be either like double the price or even more than the unit, and so I never actually ended up getting one. So what an imagawa焼きor a wheel cake device is it essentially makes kind of like a pancake top, a pancake bottom, and then you fill it in the middle with either, it could be like red bean, it could be custard, it could be green tea, it could be chocolate, it could be peanut butter. It's whatever you want it to be. I'll explain where I got it. I'll put the link down below, but essentially, I know most of you guys have heard of Alibaba before, obviously, a big giant Chinese site. And what Alibaba is good for usually is, they have pretty good price for units, but you have to buy like 500 units, right? So they're more geared for the manufacturing folk. But they also have something called AliExpress, and I think I had bought something from them a really long time ago. It was actually the wooden mooncake maker guy. I wasn't sure about the quality. When I read around for AliExpress, they were saying like, well, where it's supplied from is not really clear. So potentially, if you buy a machine like this, there's a possibility that it might not work. There was definitely a return policy on it, but I took a leap on it. I did try out 2 wheel cakes yesterday just to make sure that it worked out, and it worked out really, really well. So it's from Snack Maker, right? I am not sure necessarily how long this guy will last for. Like, I don't really know about the durability. I don't really know that much about the company. So that is something that you have to kind of be aware of when you shop on maybe like an Alibaba Express. But that being said, I just feel like the site has changed so much. Like, it's very much geared towards individual consumers, and so I don't know, things are changing. So maybe maybe the quality of this is just completely fine. Okay, so let's just open this because I'm really excited to show you guys how this looks. So it came in a box like this, inside another box. So it was packaged fairly well. And there was a bag for this, so it didn't just come out like this. The box mostly is, it says multifunctional snack maker, but short of that, most of it is in Chinese. So if you guys can see it now, it looks so cool. So on the front, it says snack maker, and then obviously on top there's kind of 6 cavities to make your wheel cakes with. And then on the side, there's like a 0 and a 1, and then also something like open and close. So all in all, it seems pretty easy to maneuver. And then comes the instructional booklet. That is all in Chinese. A good way to kind of help you guys translate that is through the, like the Google Translate app, where you can take a photo of the actual instruction manual and then translate it that way. There's actually yupa.cn, so that's where this snack maker company is, so you can actually go on their website. So I think that the only thing is that this machine is made for something with a 220 volt plug. But that being said, I think that the UK is just like a little bit different. It's like 230, used to be 240 or something like that. Another thing that was really cool is they sent me, and this was completely extra, it was like completely on the side. They sent me like a package of these things where, so you have like your egg yolk separator. These guys kind of help you flip the actual wheel cake, or like if you've made takoyaki before, it's just like easier for you to like help flip. So there was that, there was a pastry brush, there was a wiping cloth. I imagine something for this so that it doesn't scratch up the surface. So that was really cool. And then I think because they knew that obviously I had purchased it in the UK, this was just in there. Like it wasn't connected necessarily to this, but this was just like inside the package. So I thought it was, you know, it was kind of casually done, but I thought it was pretty cool that they knew to include that so that it's a little bit easier for you guys to start off with. So I plugged this in. There was no problems with it when I did the little tests yesterday, so hopefully there will be no problems with that today. I didn't totally look through all of the instructions yesterday just because there was just an on and off switch, so I thought I'd do it with you guys. I'm having this heating up right now. Actually, it's heating up really quickly. It's only been on for 2 minutes. So let's translate the instructions first. So there's like six instructions here. And the first page, just gonna take a photo of this. So the first page, basically from 1 through 4, it is saying like production method, the egg into the steel basin, add white sugar, then stir clockwise, blah, blah, blah. It looks like 1, 2, and 3 are more for like the batter and how you make the batter, so we're not gonna worry about that. 4 is allow the batter to stand for 30 minutes. So I have prepping some pancake batter that I made around 30 minutes ago, and it's just a basic vegan pancake mix. I think it was like flour, baking powder, sugar, soy milk, and then I don't know, something else. And then afterwards I made this. So I was going to go with a red bean filling, but I ran out of red beans. So I am going to go with a salted caramel pudding. It's actually really good. So I'm gonna put that onto the side. And then the other bit of instruction. So let's do that. There's a lot of information for this one. Yeah, I didn't really know like in terms of timing. So yesterday when I tried the first 2, it was just like random. And so like the first one didn't have as much brownness, but then the second one really did. So after the machine is powered on, it will reach the appropriate temperature in about 2 to 3 minutes. Very true. Add a thin layer of butter, will be applied to the whole, so pour the batter in to 3 pans. It'll be about 5 minutes, and bake the batter into the bowl with one end of the dumpling stick, can also open with a small spoon, until the batter is baked, until it is solidified. So this is very much like direct translation, right? So anytime you use like a Google Translate for something like this, you kind of have to take a step back and read all of the instructions and then kind of like generally understand what it's saying, which we sort of can. Put in the proper amount of filling. So it says bake first and then put the filling in. But I feel like you should kind of put it in at the same time. I don't know. The filling can be freely matched. Use a bamboo stick to pick up the battered batter. Quickly cover the tops. Okay, gently press to make it adhere. Since the baking tray of the proximity switch is the cold end of the electric heating tube, this one. Oh, that's crazy. The baking time is slightly longer than that of the other baking tray, so the one closest to the switch is colder. You can prepare a cup with water according to the actual situation. Put the water in the cooking process. The head of the dumplings stick in the water, and it is easier to clean after cooking. Okay, so so taking that a step back, it should be about 5 minutes for each of these guys. And then the whole thing should be around 12 minutes, and then afterwards they advise you to put a little bit of water in each tray, which will help with that cleaning process. Okay, so pretty easy, not bad. Okay, so let's first, I have a little bit of oil here. Just note that this thing is really hot. I accidentally touched the sides just a little bit, so, okay, batter. So I think what I'll do is I'll put slightly less batter in the vat that also has the filling, okay? So maybe like 4/5 full. That's good. So the one that's furthest away from me is going to be the ones without the filling. Okay, so here's what they were saying. They were saying wait 5 minutes before putting in the filling. But I remember yesterday, like if you wait until they're too cooked, the fillings, they don't actually like go into the pancake, and then it kind of spews out when you try to put the two on top of one another. It kind of becomes more of a sandwich. So I think what I'll do is I'll wait about 2 minutes and still have the middles be slightly wet. And not like completely cooked yet, and then I will fill it in. If you can see it, it's doing exactly like what pancakes do. It's kind of like bubbling up, and so yeah, that's really exciting. I think I'm gonna put in the filling. You want to put in a lot, but like don't put in too much because it does spew out later. One thing that I will say about the batter is, as opposed to a normal pancake batter, you might want this one to be a little bit sweeter. One, that extra sugar helps with like that brownness, the color of the wheel cake. But two, because this is a little bit more of a dessert, and I didn't make the filling too sweet either. You want it to be on the sweeter side, I think. Just a little bit sweeter than pancake batter. Okay, so this is right about it. You can see right now, like, oh God. Okay, I didn't want to put too much because yesterday I put too much and it kind of did weird things. Okay, so you can kind of see right now, like, the middle's definitely still wet. It's definitely not cooked yet. I wish I had put, like, less. Maybe? Oh, wait, hold on. Okay, it just looks like it's kind of full right now, so maybe I'm just gonna scoop out some of the middle because I really think it'll help. Okay, so this one gets a little bit as well. Yeah, I don't know, like I feel like it is correct to wait a couple minutes, but that being said, when you wait, it's almost like, I don't know, like the filling doesn't like sink in. And what ended up, again, happening yesterday was when I put the tops on, it just kind of like melted out to the sides. So these guys are really useful, actually. I never have used them before and whatnot, but they're not super sharp and pointy needles. And I would imagine you don't want to like scratch the plates around, but it is really useful for like getting the sides and making sure that not all of this sticks to the side. So yeah, like the ones that I did yesterday, one of them, when I flipped it early, the middles were still raw. So I kind of want to make sure that both of these guys are pretty cooked before I, put one on top of another. Okay, so let's just wait a couple more minutes. Down like this, and they have a nice color to them. That was what I was worried about, was like maybe the unit wouldn't get hot enough or something, but it's actually quite warm. It is quite warm, so really be careful. Like if you guys are making it with kids or something, like are really hot though. Oh, ow! Oh my God, it is super hot. I'll just put that there. Maybe I can just use this. Maybe if I stab it, then no? Okay, they smell really good though. Ooh, yay! Okay, check them. Look at that. They look like little hamburgers. Okay, how did I feel about that? I thought it was okay. I really wish that it didn't spew out though, so I'm gonna give it one more try. And let's see if it'll be kind of like a success this time. Pretty sure I burned my fingers. Okay, let's do this. Let's do this one more time. And I'm gonna put less in. I'm just gonna put less in. Maybe like halfway. Okay, so these turned out so much better. What I ended up doing was filling each of them, both of them, to about a half full because it does puff up. For the one with the filling, I didn't wait 5 minutes. I waited like 30 seconds to a minute, and the batter was definitely not set yet, but the bottom probably had a chance to firm up a bit, but then when I put the filling in, it was able to let the filling kind of mesh in with the batter as well. So that dropped in and then it pushed the outsides out. So it was good because it made the whole pancake thicker as well. And then for the other side, for the cover, what I did was I also didn't let it cook 5 minutes because then the whole like pancake is done. And then when you slap it on, they don't really stick to each other because the batter has been all cooked. So I waited probably like 3 minutes up until I'd say the batter was like 80% cooked. I could still tell that it was a little bit wet. And then I flipped it over. It turned out that both of them stuck on, obviously, because the batter was still, a little bit raw. But what would happen was that maybe like the top, it needed the 5 minutes to get its proper brownness, its proper color. So after kind of attaching both of them, I would flip them around like one more time just to make sure that everybody got its color. I'd say the procedure is different. And that made like a huge difference because like if you can see, like this actually sticks together more now. And both sides seem to be cooked. So I think this is going to be a success. I'm going to shut this off. The batter made about, I think it could make like 8, maybe 7 or 8 wheel cakes. So let's do that. The only thing with these is like this tool helps, but I feel like you have to use your fingers. They look so good. It's much better. Like none of the fillings spewed out. Okay, so taste test time. I've let these guys cool for a couple of minutes. Maybe I should have the ones that have spewed out first because those are even cooler. It smells really good. That's really good. I mean, it's just really simple things. It's essentially like a pancake, a filling, and another pancake. But because it's kind of like in this format, it's really fun to eat. There's a filling involved, so and like I said, it's like a good finger food. It's like a good food to pack with you when you're going on a trip or something because it's just really easy, and you can wrap it around either with like plastic wrap or probably just like a little bit of parchment paper, and then you can just hold it like this. So yeah, I'm pretty impressed. This is like the 3rd time I've said this. I've wanted this machine since like forever. So I'm really happy with it. So final thoughts on the machine. I really love it. I think from if it was like from 1 to 10, I would give it a 10. I don't know about the durability of it. I don't know how long it will last, but it's done pretty good so far, and it does what it says. Like it's powerful enough to heat up the batter and to give it like a good color. I think it takes a little bit of playing around in terms of the amounts, like in terms of the filling to get it to kind of close together, but it does exactly what it says, and it's producing, I don't know, like wheel cakes that I really remember eating when I was in Asia. So I'm super excited. Like I'm super excited to just put different fillings into this, and I really like the unit. So, well, maybe like 9, so that there's some room for improvement. But I'll put all of the information down below in terms of where you guys can get it, and let me know if you guys have tried like wheel cakes or imagawayakis before, how you guys like it, and what you guys think about the unit. Maybe it's just me, I don't know. Yeah, so anyways, I will see you guys again soon, okay? All right, bye.